Hi guys, Paul here. Today I'm going to be doing a shave with a new brush that I just got in the last week or so. I've been actually eyeing these brushes for some time. They're made by a custom brush maker named Brad Sears. Brad Sears has a website. If you look up Brad Sears shaving brushes, you can find his website. But he makes custom shaving brushes that you can customize with a choice of about 4 different knots, and he has a number of different kind of standard handle size shapes and sizes that he does. The one that I've been looking at and kind of envious of is one called the Fat Arley, which is this brush. This brush is a kind of Brad's take on the Simpson Chubby. And this one is made of an ebony resin with mango wood on the bottom. And I've been really kind of envious of this brush. I've seen similar brushes to this, when he recently announced that he had a new hand-tied knot that his brush or his knot supplier was in China was making for him in a Manchurian hair, it really piqued my interest. Now, over the years, kind of my experience with Manchurian hairs is it tends to be a little bit scrubby. So what interested me about this one is that in his description he said that the hairs were very fine and it's a very soft knot. So that really kind of piqued my interest. So I wanted to go ahead and give it a try. So here it is, and I have to say I've been really impressed with it. It is just as soft as you could imagine, and it's got a really nice density and really works great. So today I'm going to be using that in my shave, and I'm going to be using just the plain old Cade soap. This is the hard puck from L'Occitane. It's their hard soap. I think it's like $12 for this puck, and really a pretty good deal. This soap's really not a bad deal. It lasts a long time, and it seems to really work pretty good. It makes a pretty nice lather. Easy to lather. It's got kind of a nice scent to it. Scent's not really strong. It's kind of a woody scent. Just like their, the whole Cade line, basically their aftershave balm, and I think they even have a cologne, Cade cologne. They all kind of smell the same. But it's not real strong. Just kind of a nice light woody scent. So that would be the only knock on it. If you like a, really full-bodied, soap scent, this is probably not going to fit the bill there. But the performance is actually pretty darn good. So I'm going to go ahead and get going here. I've been really impressed with this knot. It is got a nice density to it. It is nice and soft. And it's got pretty good flow through. It does hog lather a little bit just because of the density of this particular one. Turn a little water on here so I can just add some water to this as we go. But it makes great lather, and it really feels good on the face. And mine, as you can see, is a bulb-shaped knot, which is my knot shape of choice. I find for me, for face lathering, it seems to feel a little bit better on my face. I think, especially with silver tip knots, the bulb kind of gives the impression of, or makes the knot feel like it has more backbone than it would in a similar size and shape and hair quality if it were a band knot. Or knot shape and size is, as you all know, just a personal preference thing, and that's just kind of what I prefer. So, all right, there we go. Let's go ahead and rinse my hands off here. Rinse the soap off the puck. All right. And I'm going to be using for my razor today, I'm just going to be using my Dovo Shavette. There it is. Dovo Shavette. And as you can see, this has the long DE style blade in there. This has blade holders that will accommodate the regular DE broken in half, the long DE, and you can also get another blade holder that will hold the Persona hair trimming blades as well, which are a kind of a basically a short single edge blade that have a spine on it. So go ahead and use this. I don't use this razor that often. It's a pretty decent little razor, but I think my only gripe with it is it is very, very light. So you do have to be careful not to push down on it, and just let the blade do the work. So. I think kind of the natural tendency with these light Shavette style razors is to kind of push down, and that's where you can kind of run into trouble. So you really have to resist that. Resist that urge, but kind of once you use it a few times, you get the hang of it, and works pretty good. I like that longer DE blade. It kind of feels more like a, you know, kind of the length that I'm used to with a straight razor. So it's kind of what I will usually use in there. So this brush, the knot on this brush is a 30mm knot, and so it's a pretty good size knot, and holds quite a bit of lather. But I've been very, very impressed with it. I think you know, with shaving brushes, I'm always in search of a brush that has a kind of a nice balance of softness, density, backbone. And still is not too much of a lather hog, which and when I find one, I'll usually use those quite a bit, you know, like my Faders and my Seville Rose and my Simpson Silvertip Badger Chubby 2. Those are all kind of my favorites. Oh, and let's not forget the Lord Randall Silvertip, great brush. All those brushes, I use those brushes all the time, and I just love them. I think those are just total winners as far as striking the perfect balance. Between softness, backbone, flow through, and all of those are just first-rate brushes. And I really think I found that perfect balance with this brush as well. I've just been very, very impressed with it. So, price. You ask, what is the price? This 30-tip Fat Arley brush was $130. Brad has a sale on his Manchurian knots. I believe the 30mm knots are about $130, and I think the 26mm are $120 in his sort of, if you use one of his sort of standard handle patterns that he has on the website. I think they're going to go up a little bit at the end of the month, but I think until the end of February, that's the price that these are going for, and that is really a fantastic deal. You know, to get a brush of that quality and a knot of that quality at that price point is really a great deal. you could easily spend twice that on a Simpson or a Thader. Well, maybe not a Thader, but a Simpson, and you'll definitely spend a bit more than that on a Thader. So really good deal. I mean, it's you know, for a 30mm knot that's of that quality, it's going to be hard to beat that 130 to 150 mark. So, anyways, if you're looking for a custom shading brush and you've got about $130, $140 to spend, take a look at this one. This Manchurian knot's fantastic. He also has a silver tip knot, which I've heard is really good. Never used it, so I can't say for certain if it's something I would like. He also has a 2-band finest knot and a synthetic knot, so there's really something there for everybody. And I think those other knots are actually, you know, less expensive than this. I think this is probably his most expensive knot. So take a look at Brad's website if you're in the market for one of these brushes. I've been really impressed with it. I'm glad I got it, and so that's pretty much the shave today. That's the Brad Sears Fat Arley Cade Soap, and for my aftershave, I'm going to be using the Country Club. That's the, no, you can't see that. The print on there is kind of screwed, you know, small. So this is the Country Club Southern Oud, and I think the Southern Oud actually pairs really nicely with the Cade Soap. This is an alcohol-based aftershave. It's got some bite to it, but it also has a little bit of menthol. And if you're wondering what Southern Oud smells like, Southern Oud is basically a fragrance that is very, very similar to the Creed Royal Oud scent. It's kind of based on that. So it's kind of a woody, spicy scent. Really nice. If you like woody, spicy scents, this would be one to take a look at. And it does have a little bit of menthol in there, which I always find to be a added bonus in the aftershave. I like that menthol tingle that you get when you apply that. It seems to really wake up your skin and wake you up in the morning. So anyways, guys, that's a shave today. Hope you enjoyed it. If you have any questions, comments, feel free to leave them below. I'll respond to them as soon as I can. Talk to you later. Have a great weekend. Bye-bye.